I'm Rany. I'm the Director of Product for Content Collaboration, Search, and Intelligence in G Suite. And I'm coming to you today virtually from New York City. I'm excited to share with you how we see the future of collaboration evolving, which is something that's extremely timely for all of us. So the world has changed. I think we all know that the COVID-19 pandemic has fundamentally shifted where we work, when we work, and how we work. And during this time period, there has been a dramatic increase in the number of people working from home. It went from just 13% before to 47% in April. And these numbers are likely to be greater today with upcoming fluctuations as companies figure out how to return to work. We are all now operating in this new normal together. Overnight, we lost the ability to build face-to-face connections with our teams, to work hand in hand on a project in the same room with the real-time back and forth exchange of ideas, and to just be able to stop by someone's desk to ask them for feedback on a document. Now, our need to collaborate and operate effectively as a team hasn't changed through all this, but being remote has made that so much harder. And in this new environment, virtual collaboration is no longer just a strategic priority, but needs to be a necessity for all organizations. Now, across the entire world, we saw organizations had to react quickly to the disruptions that were caused by COVID in order to keep going. And for me, it's been inspiring to see how G Suite and our cloud-native content collaboration tools that you can see here across Docs, Sheets, Forms, Slides, Sites, and Keep have been part of the solution to help people connect with each other in so many different ways. As an example, we're helping organizations and countries around the world collect and share timely, critical information at scale. As you can see over here, the COVID tracking project quickly spun up as a single source of truth to collect, track, and share US state testing data. And this was powered by Sheets and viewable by the whole public. We're also helping the healthcare industry stay connected with instant and vital information. At Reliance Health Services, they not only seamlessly transitioned to work from home with G Suite, but they're also leveraging Google Sheets to keep clients up to date on a real-time basis with contact tracing as well as employee health. And finally, as I think most of you know, schools around the world closed overnight, and teachers had to find creative ways to help students continue to learn. Teachers and school districts started using Google Sites in order to share important announcements with families and staff. They use Google Forms to be able to do daily check-ins with their students, and not just morning attendance, but also to check in on their mental health, which is critical during this time period. And teachers also had to creatively run their lesson plans by inserting audio and videos of themselves teaching into Google Slides so that students can learn on their own time. And all of this has just been extremely impactful. Now, for each and every one of us and all of our teammates, it's no longer business as usual, and we're all dealing with so many new distractions. And I think many of you can relate to this. So this is a picture of my office area in Manhattan, where I'm sitting right now. You can note the beautiful view of my brick wall. I am on a Google Meet call with my Meet hardware, working with my team on a Cloud Next deck. And for those of you with children, they are often right next to you doing remote learning or video bombing your meetings. As you can see, and as we are all experiencing, our homes have become our workplaces, and our work time and family time have had to become much more flexible with unusual hours. And we've had to juggle not just our work, but also all of these new personal responsibilities. And I think all of us need to accept that there will be no back to normal. Right? Before COVID, we were already dealing with so much information from emails, pings, documents, tasks, etc. And since COVID, our teams are responding to additional disruptions on top of that. We have disruptions on how we communicate and collaborate with each other. We have disruptions to business planning, disruptions to daily operations and information flows. But what we see is that this is actually an opportunity. It's an opportunity for organizations to be able to embrace change and find new ways for teams to stay productive in our constantly changing world. So at Google, the transition to working from home came with its challenges, but we were pretty fortunate that many of our workflows remain the same. And as many of you know, G Suite was engineered for flexibility from the beginning. As a cloud-native solution, our products have always been accessible with just an internet connection. You've never had to be tied to any office. We were the pioneers of real-time collaboration with Google Docs in 2006. And in 2008, we adopted a video-first conferencing culture that has now become Google Meet to help remote teams work better together. And throughout the last decade, we've continued to build tools to help you collaborate and communicate better with each other. Our entire foundation has been about allowing teams to work together from wherever they are. And as we look to the future of content collaboration, we want to help empower your teams to be able to adapt quickly to change and to be able to create their best work together in 3 key ways. 1, we want to make sure that you can create and connect with flexibility. 2, we want to activate real-time data insights so that you can make the best informed decisions. And 3, we want to make sure you can operate with agility. With so much change that's happening around us, we want your teams to be able to act quickly and be able to create solutions. Now, in our new normal, we need more flexibility than ever to connect as a team, whether it's creating a document together, preparing for that big presentation, or chatting with your teammates to give feedback. With all of our different work schedules that I mentioned before, it's super critical for us to always be on the same page with our team, with our leaders, and with our customers. So Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides are collaborative workspaces that allow you and your teams to work together in a single source of truth. So you know you're always working on the latest version. We often hear from our customers about the delightful moment when they first see the presence of their teammates updating a document in real time. And we know that this may be a stark difference for some businesses that are working with legacy files that are still stored on your computer. But from my opinion, once you adopt G Suite, it's super hard to go back. And I can't imagine life without it. I no longer need to wait for the next version of a deck to come through email in order for me to start working on my next project. Now, as you do work on projects together with your teams or prepare for the next big presentation, tracking down teammates for input and getting alignment takes a lot of time, especially when there are many opinions, when there are tons of ideas and lots of requests going back and forth. And it's often very hard to get a clear sense of who's responsible for what. With Docs, we help you keep your projects moving forward. You can leave comments right in the document and have back and forth dialogues. You can assign action items to coworkers with a simple @mention, or you can just leave lightweight suggestions. And we've also now made it possible for you to even respond to a comment directly from within email, which is now available in mobile. And this makes it super easy and quick for you to be able to respond and give feedback from wherever you are. And when you do return to that document, we make it very easy for you to see what's new and what you've missed with changes since last viewed, as well as detailed revision history, right down to who changed a cell in a sheet. All of this is the power of real-time collaboration. And we do recognize that there are times when you do need to work with Microsoft Office files, and our products were designed to interoperate with Office, but we decided to take it one step further. We actually bring Google's powerful real-time collaboration right into your Office files. So rather than converting the Word, Excel, or PowerPoint file format, you can open them directly in Google Docs. And you'll be able to leverage the real-time editing and commenting capabilities, and all of it is saved directly back into your original file. And we'll soon be expanding this editing capability into Gmail as well as mobile devices. And what this means is that it makes it very possible for you and your organization to not only work efficiently with Google Docs, but also be able to collaborate with people who are still working with legacy documents. Now, Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides were built with fluidity in mind, where you can seamlessly work across many different documents and resources. Some examples include our Smart Preview, which instantly connects you to rich and dynamic information, including getting a thumbnail preview of your document, seeing who the owner is, and you can even request access if you don't have permission. You can then open an interactive preview pane directly within the doc to help you stay in context as you consume. And the other thing our fluid canvases do is it also enables you to simply copy and paste link slides, charts, and tables directly from one document to the other. So we automatically connect the slide, chart, and table to the underlying data source. So when changes are made, you can easily click refresh to prevent your documents from getting stale. And finally, as most of you know, Google has been investing in AI for many, many years. It's what transforms search, video, photos, and translations. And with the power of AI, we've been able to integrate magical experiences into our doc sheets, forms, and slides canvases in order to help you work faster and smarter. And throughout the presentation, I'll touch on different ways that our canvases are offering you helpful suggestions. So let's start with writing. So writing is a core activity to collaborative work, but it's also error prone. We don't want to be the ones that have an embarrassing spelling mistake or a grammatical error. And through Google AI, what we want to do is help you be able to write with confidence. So every month, we already surfaced over 2 billion intelligent grammar suggestions in docs through machine learning and neural networks. And earlier this year, we introduced Smart Compose in docs. So just like in Gmail, where we are already saving users 3 billion keystrokes per week, it makes writing faster with higher quality by suggesting complete sentences based on just a raw thought. And today, I'm excited to announce that we will be extending these assisted writing capabilities to more languages, starting with Spanish. Now, this represents a pretty important milestone for us because it helps us to now address the more than 80% of the world's population that do not speak English as a native language. So stay tuned for more languages to come. Now, we spend a lot of time chatting and meeting with our teammates about our work. And as you may have heard earlier, G Suite has introduced a new home for work right in Gmail that brings together email, chat, video calling, collaboration, and more, all in an integrated workspace. To build on this, what we mean is we are bringing real-time document collaboration side by side with your chat room conversations. Oftentimes, we are chatting live with our coworkers and going back and forth on an upcoming presentation, but we have to switch back and forth between the document tab and your chat stream. Now, in the new Gmail, you will be able to edit documents together while you chat with your teammates. You'll be able to easily access shared files and even have picture-in-picture video calls, all saving you time and without the context switching. But we also want to tightly integrate document collaboration together with Meet. With slides on mobile, which many of you may have experienced, we already give you the ability to present into your meetings and use your device to control the presentation. And coming soon, we will be enabling one-click present to your Meet meeting directly from within doc sheets and slides on web. And as we look further out into our roadmap, you'll be able to see our vision expand where we want to bring meetings into real-time collaboration. What this means is that we will be able to bring the faces and voices directly into doc sheets and slides to help you connect and work better while you're collaborating, creating a pretty amazing integrated experience. Now, during these uncertain times, we've seen many disruptions to business as usual: supply chain disruptions, shifts in consumer preferences, financial planning pressures, et cetera. And more than ever, data now needs to be fresh and accessible from anywhere. We've heard from many of our customers that there's a heightened need to be able to gather insights quickly and to be able to take action to adjust to the new normal. And at G Suite, we have seen that forms and sheets have been critical tools for our customers to be able to go from insights to outcomes and to have instant and consistent access to their latest data. Now, since COVID hit, we have seen unprecedented 2x growth of forms as customers needed to manage their crisis response. And with behaviors changing overnight, the versatility of forms has been critical to do things such as instantly survey your employees, to keep track of work order requests, and to get organized with virtual events, among other things. For example, one of our healthcare providers used forms to scale the COVID screening process for all their hospitals. All of their frontline medical employees had to complete a daily self-screening form to assess their health, and they received a green check to enter the hospital if they were healthy, and they received a red X to return home if not, keeping everyone safe in the hospital. Now, forms is extremely powerful, as you can see, and we are now hearing over 30 million daily voices through forms and their responses. Now, with forms, we make it very easy for you to quickly create your questions and validate responses. It can intelligently predict the type of question you're trying to ask and suggest potential responses for you to choose from, saving you 25% of time in creation. And as responses come in, Forms summarizes them, provides charts and graphs for lightweight analysis, as you can see here. And then for more in-depth analysis, you can seamlessly open it in Sheets to do more. And coming soon, we will be making Forms even more versatile by introducing an API in beta, where third parties can create and edit a form, as well as receive responses to take action on. Now, on top of analyzing incoming data from Forms, Sheets serves many different needs for our customers, from project tracking to ad hoc analysis to sophisticated financial planning. And like docs and slides, it is a living document that was built for collaboration and serves as a ground truth for your structured data. We have optimized over the years our product to be able to help you easily collect, prepare, analyze, and visualize your data so that you can surface the right insights. And now we are making it even easier for you to be able to build beautiful dashboards and interactive reports so that your collaborators can have personalized views with filters as well as slicers. Now, just like how we help you write with confidence in docs, we want to also help you analyze with confidence. We have built intelligent capabilities to help you save time and ensure that your analysis is always error-free. So many of you may have already experienced suggestive formulas, which removes the overhead of remembering function names and entering ranges to speed up your analysis. Today, I'm excited to share two new intelligent time savers with you. So first, we have Smart Fill. So Smart Fill makes it easy to automate data entry. So it can detect patterns between columns and intelligently autocomplete data for you, even with complex formulas like VLOOKUP. And with Smart Cleanup, which provides intelligent suggestions to make data cleanup faster and more accurate, we are able to automatically prompt you to review cleanup tasks when you import a file into Sheets. We are able to help you remove white spaces and duplicates, apply correct number formatting, and identify all sorts of data outliers so you are ready to go to get to your insights. And as I mentioned earlier, our smart and fluid canvases also enable you to be able to copy and link charts and tables from Sheets into docs and slides, keeping your data fresh. We automatically are able to connect the chart that you created or table to the underlying sheet so that when updates are made to the data, you can simply refresh with one click directly in docs or slides, as you can see here. And you can imagine how helpful this could be when you need to give a presentation on sales forecasts or do a quarterly business review. Your analysts can continue to update and make changes to the data to the last minute while you work on the draft deck. And when your analyst is ready, all you have to do is update the linked charts that are already in your slides to get the latest information, and you're ready to go. So finally, we are taking Sheets to the next level. So today, I'm very excited to announce the launch of Connected Sheets, where you can directly connect to terabytes of data in BigQuery, which is Google's serverless data warehouse. What this means is that you can provide finance and operations users within your organization with familiar access to data. And this is done at unprecedented scale up to billions of rows, all without needing to know any SQL. Your analysts can analyze data with the familiar tools and sheets that they love, like pivot tables, charts, and formulas to gain insights. They can schedule data and visualizations to refresh on a regular basis. And they can also share the analysis with key stakeholders based on all of the familiar G Suite sharing models. Now, as you can see, Connected Sheets is super powerful, and it's now available in the G Suite Enterprise and Enterprise Essentials editions. But don't just take it from me. Why don't we now take a look at how PwC is using Connected Sheets?
I'm a strong believer of measuring is knowing. Connected Sheets makes data accessible to users because everybody knows how to do a sheet. If we look at our own adoption dashboarding, it's more than 3 terabytes of data. Good luck putting that in any spreadsheet. With Connected Sheets, we're not really pulling the data into the sheet, but rather it lives in the database where it belongs. The ability to so easy go and visualize and analyze the big data is really powerful.
G Suite really contributes to putting tools in the hands of people that would never think, oh, I'm a tech person. We're doing a lot of digital upskilling. It's a new world. A new world requires new skills, and they just made it much easier in the tools they're using every day to take these tools and do such imaginative things that improve the workday. You have assurance people who say, wow, I can do what with connected sheets? We are transforming. No longer is it, oh, only tech people can do that. Anybody in the business can have a great idea and bring it to life.
That was great. Thank you. Now, in our fast-paced world, we all know that change is normal, but the pace of change that we have experienced over the last few months is at unprecedented scale and speed. And during these challenging times, it's super critical for an organization to be agile, right? To quickly be able to adapt and respond to change, to stay up to date on the latest and critical information, and to be able to innovate through change. And with G Suite, our tools are enabling our customers to be able to operate with agility and create new solutions and workflows to meet all of your business needs. Now, with disruptions that have happened over the past few months, we have seen that sharing timely, critical information, both internally and externally at scale, is more important than ever. And establishing a trusted source of truth is critical to keep people informed of the latest developments. Now, with Google Sites, we make it super fast and easy for you to collaboratively build a website without any specialized design or programming skills. We have templates that can get you started easily, and we also have seamless workflows that allow you to embed doc sheets, slides, and forms to keep your content linked to the freshest information. Now, as an example, the Taiwanese government was able to quickly spin up a Google site and embed interactive charts to keep their citizens informed on the latest public COVID-19 data that was powered by Google Sheets. And for internal purposes at Google, we have a coronavirus site that has the latest information for us to check in on office status, return to work policies, parent and caregiver support, well-being, and many, many more rich resources. So we always have a place to go to get the latest information. Now, during this crisis, many of our customers had to operate with agility, and Cambridge Health Alliance was able to leverage G Suite's collaborative tools to transform how their staff and caregivers pivoted to work remotely to provide patient care. They also leveraged Google Slides with Q&A to be able to create interactive experiences for their participants. Now, while Sites, as I talked about earlier, is great for publishing information, we are seeing Slides become a vital tool to communicate updates and engage audiences while working remotely. And through the combination of Slides and Meet, organizations can conduct virtual trainings with large audiences. They can deliver changes to work policies and operations and have large all-hands meetings. And our investment in multimedia and Slides enables presenters to deliver even richer content. So coming soon, what we want to do is to bring some of the capabilities that you love, like Q&A and Slides, as well as polls and forms, directly into Meet so that you can help engage your audience with a full integrated experience. Now, unprecedented challenges offers unique opportunity for many of us to think out of the box, and VentConnect is a prime example of that. So with COVID-19, as we all know, the need for ventilators was critical, but what we saw was that ventilator manufacturers around the world experienced a shortage of component supplies to keep up with the demand. And companies like Boeing, Raytheon, Intel, and Black & Decker wanted to help, but they didn't know what supplies were needed for these medical devices. And that's when VentConnect was born. So Google Verily, in partnership with medical industry partners, as you can see here, created an online platform to accelerate the production and distribution of ventilators. Within just 4 business days, VentConnect built a live solution, and now the site matches supply and demand for over 15 manufacturers and 115 suppliers that they normally would not have had access to. So how did they do it? The VentConnect workflow was created with a combination of sites, forms, sheets, all powered by AppScript. And I won't walk you through all the details on this slide, but at a high level, manufacturers were able to easily provide lists of ventilator parts that they needed. And we had tools that enabled suppliers to be notified where they can review the request and submit bids for parts that they were able to fulfill. Manufacturers were then able to review the bids, select the suppliers, and your match was made. Now, as you can see from here, this made a tremendous impact. In just 1 month, Zoll, which is a manufacturer that is participating in VenConnect, quintupled their production of ventilators and are on their way to a 25x overall increase to meet the needs of the global crisis. Now, VenConnect was able to innovate rapidly using G Suite and is seen now as a game changer that will help save lives. We're happy to see that VenConnect is still thriving and will soon be expanding scope beyond ventilators, all still powered by G Suite. So as we look to the future, our helpful tools are enabling teams to create and connect with flexibility, to activate real-time data and insights to make the best decisions and operate with agility. Now, so much has changed for all of us in the last few months, but our G Suite tools have made it possible for us to be able to stay productive and connect with our teams. And we are here and ready for what's to come. So I hope you enjoyed this talk today and are ready to embrace this change. If you or your organization is not set up on G Suite and want to get started with doc sheets, forms, sites, and slides, you can sign up for G Suite Essentials. It's free through September 30th and includes Google Meet and Drive. If you want to bring all of the greatness of G Suite's full productivity and collaboration tools to your organization, including Gmail and Calendar, you can sign up for G Suite on the right. So at Google and during this time, it's not all work and no play with G Suite. We also leverage Google Meet often to be able to connect with our teams through virtual happy hours so that we can stay in touch. And on that note, cheers. Thank you.